Aside from the clear weight disadvantage, even Canelo Alvarez is very aware that he's about to face the toughest test of his career when Terence Crawford mounts up to weight classes to meet him at the 168-pound division later this year. As a result, he's begun training early enough to ensure he's physically and mentally prepared to welcome the first undisputed world champion in multiple weight classes in the four-belt era. Canelo Alvarez has devised new training techniques for his opponent, trying to adapt to Terence Crawford's in-ring mobility, boxing skills, and counter-punching ability. Preparing for the bout, Canelo Alvarez has been training intensely to avoid a defeat that would be the third loss of his career.
Boom, 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 bang. Boom, boom, boom,
But more tragically, the defeat would see him lose all his belts and might be the moment where he sadly passes the torch and bids his days of world dominance a final farewell. Previously, Canelo Alvarez has been asked why he continued boxing despite his many fights and achievements, but he's responded that his love for the sport is what keeps him going. "I love boxing," he said.
You're on weight, you're one of the best fighters in history, but you're very successful. You don't have to work so you could retire today if you wanted to.
I love boxing. I love boxing and I love being fighting.
While this love is truly real, many fans of Canelo would prefer that he doesn't quit with such a humiliating loss against a fighter from a lower division, but gracefully quit as a champion. Nicknamed Canelo, he is the first and only boxer in the history of boxing to become undisputed champion at super middleweight, as he held the World Boxing Association super title, World Boxing Council and Ring Magazine titles since 2020. And later he added the International Boxing Federation and World Boxing Organization titles on his waist too, in the year 2021. However, he lost one of them to the authorities after avoiding a fight against their mandatory fighter.
Desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad.
Canelo trains 6 days a week during a fight camp. He only rests on Sundays and undergoes 2 sessions per day. He then goes for a morning run around 6 a.m. and after consuming breakfast, takes a small power nap to rest for his afternoon training session. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are for Canelo's exercises. These 3 days of a week are reserved for boxing training. Canelo performs different exercises during his fight training and comes up with game plans to enhance his strategy. Some of these exercises are jump ropes, shadow boxing exercises, the heavy bag workout, strategic exercises.
Para empezar el día al 100%.
Canelo's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are reserved for sparring sessions. He, along with his coach and trainer, focus on pure fight training, where he visualizes himself in the ring and prepares for the upcoming D-Day. Canelo, when interviewed about his sparring sessions, said, "It's the hardest thing I do, and it's what fascinates me the most." Canelo prefers incorporating a little bit of everything into his training routine for his strength workout. He combines body weight and weight training exercises to give himself the strength and conditioning that is needed for a champ. To prepare for such an important bout, he has enlisted the help of some good sparring partners, just like he did with Teofimo Lopez, the super lightweight world champion. Canelo and the Honduran boxer, who boasts a record of 20 wins with only 1 loss in his category, starred in a video that went viral on social media. The video shows them training at a camp near Lake Tahoe on the border between Nevada and California. In the video, Canelo can be seen against the ropes, delivering his best punches and fine-tuning his movements ahead of the upcoming fight against Berlanga. The Mexican fighter gives a masterclass in defensive techniques, working on his waist movement and dodging his opponent, all without wearing headgear and only marking the punches. Trainer Eddie Reynoso is seen overseeing the entire training session between Alvarez and Teofimo, who appears to have become Canelo's best ally in his preparation to face Berlanga in the ring. The video also shows Canelo explaining to his training partner some tactics to escape from tricky situations when cornered against the ropes. Canelo was seen sharing his expertise with Lopez, particularly on how to handle tough situations against the ropes. Their collaboration has generated significant buzz on the internet. Canelo is refining his skills ahead of his upcoming super middleweight title defense on Mexican Independence Day. Also helping is Canelo Alvarez's legendary trainer, Eddie Reynoso. Teofimo Lopez had previously expressed a strong desire to fight Terence Crawford. However, Crawford has set his sights on a different challenge. Canelo Alvarez, the 41-0 champion who recently dominated the welterweight division, is interested in making a significant jump to super middleweight to face Canelo. While Lopez remains eager to face Crawford at 147 pounds, Crawford seems more focused on the potentially historic bout against Alvarez.
Güey, eres más joven que él, Saúl, Eres más joven que él, hay que aprovechar eso, hijo,
Canelo comes over the top with an overhand right, lands right to the left.
The relationship between Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso is one of the most successful and enduring partnerships in boxing. It began in 2003 when a 14-year-old Canelo walked into Don Chepo Reynoso's gym in Guadalajara, Mexico. At the time, Eddie Reynoso was just 27. His father, Don Chepo, immediately recognized Canelo's potential due to his power and skill even at such a young age.
Simple, of Triple G.
Así, güey. Póngase bien. Listo, cabrón. Échale huevos, cabrón. Siéntase, mijo. Ya se acabó.
Canelo's bond with the Reynosos, particularly Eddie, grew from a traditional trainer-fighter relationship into something more akin to a father-son dynamic. Eddie Reynoso was instrumental in developing Canelo's boxing skills. He also played a crucial role in shaping the to-be boxing icon's glorious career. Under Reynoso's guidance, Canelo rose to become one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He captured multiple world titles across various weight classes.
La goma. Ya está, ya. Mijo, siguen 3 rounds. Hay que hacerlo con velocidad, con inteligencia, güey. Sí. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Te lastimó?
Crawford is fully aware of the physical disadvantage he would face against Canelo, acknowledging that size will play a crucial role in the fight. However, he remains confident in his ability to overcome this challenge and impose his boxing style. Some analysts have expressed skepticism about Crawford's ability to compete effectively at super middleweight. This stems in part from his most recent fight, a points victory over Israel Madrimov at super welterweight, which lacked the dominant display many expected.
In hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was going to beat Spence. It's real simple. Real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Spence Crawford saga.
Regardless of these concerns, the potential bout between Canelo and Crawford has captivated the imagination of boxing fans. The blend of power, speed, technique, and charisma from both fighters sets the stage for what could be an unforgettable spectacle. Canelo Alvarez has established a tradition of having 2 fights a year, May and September, the latter on the weekend that celebrates Mexico's independence. Since 2022, he has scheduled his fights in these 2 months, and it is expected that he will do so again, so it is more intriguing who will be his next opponent. Due to the lack of interest in accepting the challenge of David Benavidez, the mandatory World Boxing Council 168-pound challenger, Terence Crawford looks like a strong option for Saul Alvarez and his first fight of the year.
Over with now, or are we still waiting for that second fight to happen? I don't know, man. I don't know. They still got to work things out and see where they go from there.
Although it seems that the fight is more media than competitive, as Crawford fights at 154 pounds, the super welterweight, 2 categories below that of the Guadalajara native. However, both Crawford and Sheikh Turki Al Sheikh are trying to convince Alvarez to accept the fight, for which he was asking for $150 million. Given how unconvincing the fight against Terence Crawford could be in sporting terms, and the evasiveness against Benavidez, today at 175 pounds, Saul Alvarez could have other interesting options to open 2025 in the ring. Another name that has been mentioned for Canelo is Christian Mbili, a 29-year-old Frenchman with an undefeated 28-0 record, who in his last fight defeated Sergey Derevyanchenko in August and would be a contender for the World Boxing Council. A possibility that in September was already ruled out was William Skull 23-0, the International Boxing Federation challenger, an organization that removed the undisputed tag from the Mexican for refusing to fight the Cuban and stripped him of his world title.
Making his own catch weight for years. You know, Canelo fought a smaller Mayweather. Canelo fought a smaller...
However, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is one of the biggest boxing fights that could be made right now. And with Saudi Arabia's involvement with the sport, it seems more possible than ever. Trainer Robert Garcia spoke about Canelo having an advantage over Crawford and also touched on Crawford's situation and clarified that if he does not get a fight against Canelo Alvarez soon, the Omaha boxer will surely opt to retire.
No, because the way Crawford is doing it is because he knows it's the biggest payday in his life, and he'll never...
Crawford is a smart man. He's already achieved everything he wanted, Garcia said in an interview with Fight Hype. He already did a lot. He doesn't need to challenge himself. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. I've talked to him personally, and my feeling is that he wants that big fight against Canelo. And if he doesn't get it, he might never fight again, Garcia said. There are many options for Crawford in the junior middleweight category should he decide to challenge the current champions. The most attractive is the World Boxing Council and World Boxing Organization champion Sebastian Fundora. He could also challenge International Boxing Federation champion Bakram Murtazaliyev. Other opponents who could make the list are Jermell Charlo, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Serhii Bohachuk, and Xander Zayas.
So of course, why would he call up Benavidez when he's calling out Canelo knowing that he's going to make double the money?
Because he wants to fight at 68, that's why.
So that's why. You don't have...
However, for Robert Garcia, Crawford no longer needs to look for another fight, as because of his outstanding career and unbeaten record, he has nothing left to prove. He already achieved it. I don't see him fighting just to please the fans who tell him he needs to fight this or that one, Garcia explained. Garcia believes that if it were about money, Crawford would have no need to fight again, as he has taken care of his fortune and has investments to back him up. His only reason to return to the ring would be to face Canelo and finish his career on a high. He's gonna go out there and look for the big fight. Enjoy his life, man. He's a very smart man. He's invested his money. He doesn't need to fight one more time. But he's still looking for that big fight against Canelo. And if he gets it, he'll take it. But other than that, he might never fight again, added the trainer.
That's why. You know why. He wants to make the biggest fucking payday.
Does he have a chance in the fight?
Everybody has a chance, but I think he'll put up some good rounds. I think he loses to Canelo.
If the fight takes place against the Guadalajara boxer, Garcia believes that Crawford can compete with Canelo for several rounds. Maybe not enough to beat him, but enough to earn his respect and that of the public. Look, I think Crawford could give good rounds. I think the first 6-8 rounds would be very competitive. Crawford has skills. Crawford is very strong. He has great speed and good power to earn Canelo's respect and show him respect. But eventually, I think Canelo is too big, too strong. But for those 6 rounds, I think it would be a very entertaining fight, Garcia concluded.
Crawford, Canelo.
He'll put up some good rounds. He'll fight. He'll probably get stopped and get knocked out. But he'll put up some good rounds. Yeah, but he'll put up some good rounds.
Also, a boxing coach revealed how he got racist abuse and hateful messages for picking Terence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez. Should the pair agree to make a widely expected and much anticipated fight in 2025? But why did Stephen Edwards double down? The 34-year-old is currently the unified super middleweight champion and is regarded as the biggest name in boxing. The Mexican is also known for his pressure fighting, intelligent counterpunching, and iron chin, and that's part of why he's won 62 bouts and became champion in 4 divisions, challenging in 5. On the other hand is the 37-year-old Bud Crawford, who is also a 4-weight champion and currently a unified light middleweight champion.
But Canelo is a great fighter, but my eyes tell me he's slowing down a bit. The Canelo that fought Berlanga.
His switch hitting and tactical intelligence has been highly praised, making him a tactically versatile fighter who has won 41 matches and has knocked out 31 rivals. So the pair present an enticing clash for boxing experts and casual fans alike. which is part of why Saudi Arabia is so keen to make the punch-up happen, but it appears some are taking it too far as Edwards reveals he received a wave of abuse for backing the American to win the contest. "I get more racist and hateful emails than you could imagine," Edwards told the media, as per BoxingScene.com, "just because I picked Crawford to beat Canelo."
Fight, that's a public execution. The fact that he let Berlanga go the distance, he let Munguia go the distance, he let Charlo go the distance.
Literal stalkers who try to bait me into posting their emails because they love to see their names on the internet? Straight losers who claim they hate me and don't value my opinion but read my mailbag every week. It's the strangest obsession. What's funny is all Canelo has to do is take the fight and prove me wrong. His fans should be upset with him, not me. Canelo's fans didn't get upset with me when I picked him to beat Bivol and I was as wrong as two left shoes. It was one of the worst picks of my life when I backed their guy to beat Bivol. It's no shame in losing to Bivol. He proved himself to be a great fighter, but I also didn't get one hateful email from any Russians claiming a conspiracy theory against them because I picked Canelo.
Got to a point where once he put him in their place and he knew he could beat him, he just didn't turn the after gear on. And Bud's movement, his feet.
Despite the abuse, Edwards will not be bullied into backing the man from Guadalajara to beat the man from Omaha, should they actually meet in the ring at some stage in 2025, as he offers some strong words to the trolls in his inboxes. Canelo has a great IQ, and he has great eyes. He reportedly regularly beats up heavyweights in the gym. He knows that size is not everything, Edwards added. He also knows the trouble he had with Mayweather, Trout, and Lara fighters who have similar body styles and traits of Bud Crawford. He can also see what Crawford is, even if you can't. You guys can write in all you want. Call me all the names you want. Insult me all you want. I'm picking Terence Bud Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez by close decision. No one is talking me off of my pick.
He's a lot stronger than people realize. I'm not saying he's stronger than Canelo, but he's strong enough. It's not a weightlifting contest.
If Canelo and Crawford were to fight either Saturday the 3rd of May or 10th of May, two of the weekend dates closest to Cinco de Mayo, a key part of boxing's calendar, are open. But Canelo is perhaps waiting to see what happens with the outcome of a 22nd of February fight between light heavyweight rivals Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Beterbiev beat Bivol in the first fight last year. Canelo may want dibs on Bivol next, so he can attempt to score revenge in a rematch. "Both fighters are good fighters," he said, commenting on next month's undisputed light heavyweight championship bout. "I think both have a chance to win."
For a pay-per-view to watch it.
Is the skill level of Crawford equalize the weight, in your opinion?
I think if they fought, they'd obviously be the same weight, would they not? Yes. So.
Maybe not the best person to advise Crawford right now after losing to a man who was about 50 pounds less than him a few weeks ago. However, Tyson Fury has some warnings for Terence Crawford. Speaking to TNT Sports Boxing, former two-time world heavyweight champion Fury agreed that weight was the deciding factor in the contest, giving Crawford a chance to beat Canelo had they met years ago in a lower division, but backing the Mexican at super middleweight, where the contest will absolutely take place should it happen. Here we have Terence Crawford versus Alvarez. Very tough fight, different weight categories. What weight would this fight happen? I don't know. At 168, I'm gonna say Canelo. At 140, I'm gonna say Crawford. So I'll go with Canelo.
So Crawford going from 47 to 68.
Maybe he would bring Canelo down to 60 or 54 or something, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a favorite?
Canelo has categorically ruled out dropping any weight, and that is in line with Bud's goal of testing himself to the limit by moving all the way up to 168, 14 pounds more than his last outing. Whether or not the fight can be made remains to be seen, with the American much more keen but the Mexican admitting that he will take it for the right price. The jarring weight disparity has become a point of contention in the boxing community, and Mike Tyson shares this sentiment.
Who knows? That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no? I'm just saying, man. We can't say it's not gonna happen. We can't say that it is.
I don't like that fight, Tyson explained on the Come and Talk to Me podcast on September 20th. Too much weight for Crawford. He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Israel Madrimov, because he was big and really awkward. He shouldn't have even fought that guy. Tyson makes a valid point. Crawford had one of his toughest fights to date against Madrimov, who was undefeated prior to their encounter.
Terence Crawford calling out Canelo.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and
Despite being 5'8", which is taller than Canelo, Crawford has a wiry frame and would probably forfeit mass and strength to compete in heavier weight divisions. Still, Crawford believes he knows what's best for his body. I think the key is to know when's the right time for your body to move up the healthy way, Crawford told Yahoo Sports before fighting Madrimov. I moved up in weight because I wanted to fight the best guy in the division.
he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky.
Nobody can trump the ambition of a professional fighter, and Crawford might have his chance to shoot for all-time greatness against Canelo soon. The weight disparity will only serve to cement his legacy with a victory, and that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.